The Pursuit of Happiness is a 2006 American biographical drama film directed by Gabriel Lucchino and screenplay by Stephen Conrad. The film's title comes from a mural gardener saw of hyenas on the wall outside the daycare facility his son attended. This film, set in San Francisco in 1981, was released on December 15, 2006 by Columbia Pictures. The film stars Will Smith as a Chris Gardner, a homeless salesman. Based on the struggle in the life of Chris Gardner, a homeless salesman for nearly a year turned stockbroker and philanthropist who went toward utter hardship before finally succeeding.
Humanistic psychology, often referred to as the third force in psychology, adopts a holistic approach to human existence through investigation of meanings, values, freedom, tragedy, personal responsibility, human potential, spirituality, and self-actualization. The advocate of humanistic perspective, Abraham Maslow, encourages emphasis on viewing the person as an active, creative, and experiencing human being who live in the present and subjectively respond to current perception, relationship, and encounters. Abraham Maslow, during the times when psychoanalytic theory was popular within psychologists, Maslow was intrigued the study of the more human nature within this field. Maslow is considered as one of the leading architects of the humanistic school of psychology. He focused his study on happiness and health insistence on personal growth and self-actualization driving human beings.
Next is plot summary. This movie is based on the real-life event of Christopher Gardner, who is selling a bone density scanner, which is a gadget that Gardner has significantly invested, and he believed that by selling this will make him a lot of money. However, because the product costs significantly more and are better than the present technology, they do not sell well. Gardner's wife then leaves him. Also, he lost his house, his bank account, and his credit cards while he attempts to find how to sell the machine. Gardner is now compelled to live on the street with his kid, and he is desperate to find a stable profession. He accepts the position as a stockbroker, but before he can get paid, he must complete 6 hours of training, and he sells his equipment to survive before he starts working as a stockbroker.
Physiological needs. In Maslow's hierarchy of needs, physiological needs are the most important needs for human survival and are divided into several aspects, such as A is the man needs, usually followed by food, shelter, health, and also livable environment. From the movie, first one, Chris has a difficult time making ends meet while selling bone density scanner and pursuing an unpaid internship as a stockbroker with no hope of advancement. So, Chris lack of money and cannot get enough food. Second, Chris and his son were kicked out of their house and sleep in the toilet of the train station. They lost their shelter but need to fulfill their rest. Third, every day they need to queue to get accommodation, to get some comfortable place to live. Lastly, Chris work hard morning and night. At morning, Chris become a salesman and also join the class of internship, and at night he study to achieve a good result in internship.
So, from the Pursuit of Happiness movie, we can analyze there is Maslow's theory, which is safety needs include the personal and emotional security, financial security, and well-being. If a person do not feel safe in their environment, they are unlikely to focus their attention towards trying to meet higher order needs. So, from this movie, not only Chris, but people around him are also motivated by their needs. So first, for example, his wife, Linda. Linda also works for extra hours in order to have enough money to survive in their life. And two, the hippos who steal Chris' machine, we are also motivated by their need for money. And three, the owner of the apartment and also the taxi driver to whom Chris does not pay also has similar needs like Chris. And last, the cab driver running after Chris for a long time also signifies his own need for money.
Need of love and belongingness is the third level in Maslow hierarchy. It refers to human emotional need for interpersonal relationship, affiliation, connection, and being part of a group. In the absence of this connection, a person becomes more prone to problems such as clinical depression. In the movie, Chris Gardner's wife, Linda, wasn't there for him in the most crucial time of his life where he needed her the most. His wife kept pointing him what all was not going well in their life and was reluctant to believe his words or support him through this phase. It can be seen in the movie that Linda doesn't support his internship plan in the brokerage firm and tells him that from being salesman to intern, he stepped backwards and decided to leave him. His need for love and belongingness is not fulfilled by his wife, but instead by his son, who we can see keeps telling him that he loves him and trusts him. This motivated Chris throughout the movie. In the movie, a stark contrast could also be seen between the have and have-nots. The have-nots' behavior and conversation usually revolve around money as they are trying to make their needs met. This struggle is reflected in the movie as Chris is always seen in a hurry or running behind people or things in order to fulfill his basic needs. For the have, they seem not to pay much attention to money. It could be seen when Jake forgot to pay the cat bill or Mr. Fong usually asks for $5 from Chris. Their basic needs are met so they do not seem to consider money as a matter of concern for themselves or others as well. They also seem to enjoy different things in life while spending time with their friends or family. On the other hand, some is not the case with have-nots. When Chris got his shoes, he was able to sell one of his cleaners, then only he asked his friends to have one chocolate. It is evident from how his son was eyeing the chocolate and his reaction on getting the chocolate that it's too rare even for him to get a chocolate. This contrast shows how people at different levels in the Maslow hierarchy have different needs in life which motivates them.
Self-actualization needs fall at the topmost level in the hierarchy. If the lower order needs are not satisfied, a person cannot move on to achieve the higher needs such as self-actualization. This point is highlighted many times in the movie. Chris is intelligent, hardworking, and has good people skills. Though he is aware of his talents and drives know he can do better, he really struggles to achieve his goals or dreams. For instance, even when Chris wants to establish himself financially, and for that he has to go for an interview in the stockbroker company, he wanted to present himself professionally, but the external circumstance would not allow him to do so. Abraham Maslow notes that self-actualized people tend to experience a steadier, grounded sense of well-being and satisfaction of life.
This movie is based on the true story of a stockbroker, Chris Gardner, and shows the real-life struggle and success story of how he made his way from life of salesman to a successful business by his passion and hard work. Movie The Pursuit of Happiness have many of theory. Among them is psychological needs, safety needs, love and belonging needs, and self-actualization needs. This movie also shows positive attitude, which is how a person can achieve greatness by keeping a positive attitude toward life. The main themes of his movie is survival, determination, and never giving up on your dreams.